Welcome to the United Racing Network. We are in Budapest here at the Hungaroring. Rob, you're alongside me tonight for this spectacle of multi-class racing. The first time on the United Racing Network. Are you excited tonight, Rob?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't be?
LMP2's GT3. It's the first time we've actually seen LMP2's race on the United Racing Network. Ain't that right?
It is. It's something new, and it's kind of interesting to see, to be honest.
Yeah, these cars, they're crazy looking. I've always wanted to see these cars in real life, and well, iRacing brings it the next best thing, right? So.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if we can't get to Budapest, then yeah, I like watching from the comfort of my own home.
Yeah, and we also have our GT3s out here tonight. For racing, we have how many drivers slated tonight total?
Right now, it looks like we have 24 drivers slated tonight.
24 total drivers slated for this endurance race. Now, we're going to be here a long time tonight, an hour and a half when the racing starts. So it's they've been practicing now for about 4 hours and 5 minutes. Rob, how much that time do they got left on practice tonight?
So we got about another 4 minutes left to practice, and then we're going to jump into a 20-minute qualifying.
Wow. So, Rob, I'm excited tonight, and I'll tell you why. I know that lap cars is an issue in NASCAR, right? And sometimes they become an issue in GT3, but the LMP2s are obviously faster than GT3. So there's going to be a battle just to get those cars around the GT3 cars. So it's that is going to be interesting in itself to watch and see what type of mistakes, see what type of LMP cars or which LMP cars get caught up in everything. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And just watching these guys practice, these LMP2 guys, they're able to get around these GT3 guys almost like they're sitting still. And the GT3 guys know they're coming. I mean, they get the flag. They got, their engineer in their ear screaming, hey, you got an LMP2 coming.
Yeah.
So they're able to stay out of it. So it's not that bad. But it'll be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah. Something that I'm seeing right now that looks like it's going to be cool to see is these lap times tonight. These lap times are obviously different, as we were stating. The LMP2s are pushing out lap times at about 1:33 around this track. But you have Martin Crisp, who's the leader for the GT3s right now in practice, and he's sitting at a 1:42. So, I mean, you got almost 10 seconds there.
Yeah. I mean, just look at the speeds. I mean, our fastest LMP2 we have out there, if I'm reading it correctly, was clocked at 171 mile an hour, where our fastest GT3, which is going to be Martin Crisp, was at 151.
Yeah. I mean, that's 20 miles an hour over the GT3, so, Racer Mom, we are looking forward to tonight as well. Just looking at everything, it's going to be interesting to see. Now, tonight, we're going to try to get our timings, our timing tower working, and with this being the first multi-class race, bear with us with our visuals. As of right now, the LMP2s will be in the red, and the GT3s will be in the blue, as you can see on your left-hand side there. Yep. That's supposed to actually swap into two different groups, but right now we're having an issue with that, so just bear with us as we figure that out.
Yeah. So we'll work our hardest to get that fixed. We did have it working, but it may just be because we're in, our practice session that it's not separating. But we'll let you guys know. If not, I mean, as Andrew said, it's red is going to be your LMP2s, and your blues are going to be the GT3 cars out here.
Yep. So we seen these guys do the sprint races last week, and I tell you, Martin Crisp, he was doing well last week. He almost picked up the win, but I believe the win ultimately belonged to, I don't see the name out here. You happen to know who won last week? Was it AJ? I think it may have been AJ.
I do believe so, but I don't want to dip on anybody. I had it pulled up.
Checking out these LMP2s right here. These guys are just going all over the place. I love the look of these cars, and you know they kind of remind me of an Indy car, in a way, except they have a hood on. They have a hood. They have a crown on top, and I don't want to sit there and and get somebody mad at me for saying that, but that's what they were. Yeah. That's what they look like to me.
Yeah. So Sean Dickinson last week.
Awesome. Now tonight, our race info for tonight. Track temperature setting at 105 degrees, Rob. That is hot for sure.
Yeah. I mean, as you've said many times before, these optimal racing temperatures are anywhere between, 90 and 100. So,
yeah, seeing where these guys are going to sit tonight is going to be very interesting as we get on our outlaps now for qualifying.
Yeah, so as I just heard over the radio, so the first 10 minutes of qualifying is going to be just the LMP2s.
Okay.
The second 10 minutes is going to be our GT3.
Nice. So once we guys start getting on track and showing off their skills, we'll start seeing some lap times come in, and that's good. They section them off like that. In my opinion, I think that's good. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, then these guys, because it is a group qualifying or an open qualifying, you're not going to have to worry about the GT3 cars, getting in the mix and holding the LMP2s back. So they're able to open them up and just go for it.
Yeah, and I'm going to ride along with. I'm going to look at some of these skins tonight because this is our first time seeing the LMP2 cars. And the Fuzzy Tacos number 17 car, he looks that car looks pretty sick. Reminds me of a dolphin in a way, with that blue and white color,
Yeah, it kind of does. And I was looking through here. I mean, I like the simple stuff. So the 023 of Simply Steve, it just says go fast. It's a white car that says go fast. And that's exactly what he's doing here tonight.
Yeah, well, looks like AJ has put on some good times so far as they enter their first lap here, their first official lap. So, with the first 10 minutes being to the LMP2 and the last 10 minutes being to the GT3 series, I'm thinking for the GT3 series, this is just me thinking this, and I may be off my rocker here when I say this, but I believe that looking for his name here, Martin Crisp is gonna do very well tonight.
Wow, this is the first time you've ever picked a Canadian.
You know what? I'm basing it off the iRacing, man. That's what I'm basing it off.
Okay. Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's got a 5,569 iRacing, which is huge in iRacing.
I mean, it really is. I mean, to just see some of these numbers that these guys have for iRating is just astronomical. Like, hats off to them. If I was wearing one, I would take it off for them.
And it looks like Dan has posted his first lap time of the evening for qualifying, and it come in to be a 134.105. And it looks like the Intergalactic Gentleman, that's a tongue twister there, has posted a 134.77. So he's definitely sending it to space with that lap time.
Yeah, for sure. And, I love the scheme on that car.
Yeah, it reminds me of space, man.
Yeah, well, it's a rocket ship. That's exactly what it is.
You hear we're going back to the moon?
Are we?
We are. Supposedly. I don't know how true it will be, but we'll see.
All I can say is, the International Space Station, the can arm, that's us. That's our
I
invention.
don't even want you to even say anything about that because we literally made everything else on it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The can arm is what's important.
Simply Steve comes in at number 3 on the poll, or on the qualifying times. He's posted 1:34.92. He actually was not the fastest, like the top speed. That actually belongs to the number 24 car.
Yep.
70. I'm showing 74 miles an hour. 174 miles an hour.
Yep, that's what I saw too. These speeds are just astronomical. I mean, how fitting is that, eh?
Astronomical, right?
Yeah, there we go. All right, but I mean, we're used to seeing these GT3 cars go around the track, and that they're only going 150, maybe 160 at their top, and these guys are easily pushing 160, 170. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy to see these cars out here, and as fun as it looks to drive those things from up here, I don't think I'd be able to.
Yeah, I don't either. I tried driving it one day and on my rig when I got my new direct drive wheel, and I about burnt my arms. So I'm okay. I'm okay. Looking at practice here, looking at some of the stuff for practice, it does look like that. It does look like that Fuzzy Taco did have the fastest time overall in the LP2s. LMP2s with a 1:33.384, but that so far has not been taken. Lieutenant Dan in practice set second. So, and that's based off their fastest lap times. So,
I was about to go into a Forrest Gump rant there, but I'm not going to.
don't, please.
Oh, there's a number 24 car. Looks like he just got it upsetted the car a little bit and got himself turned around.
Yeah, it looks like he took that corner a little too hot. He did keep it off the wall there. I love the way these cars sound.
Yeah.
So we do have a couple of cars that have not come out and did their out laps and their qualifying times. Looks like another car is entering that now, but it's going to be Squilliam. Looks like Fuzzy Tacos has not come out yet, and them are the only two. So.
Yep. Well, Squillum is on the track now.
Yep, we're following along with him as he's on his out lap. This should be his timed lap right here.
Wow. I just saw what it said on the back of his car. Well, on the side of it.
What did it say?
It says Thought Hub. At least I think that's what it is. It says something hub. I know that. Oh, Thonk Hub. Okay. Okay. It's a little better.
I thought, did you say thought or did you say thonk?
I said thought at first, but it says thonk.
So you're the reason we're going to get demonetized?
Oh, maybe just a little bit.
So Sean got Racer Mom saying that Sean Dickinson beat him last week, so I'm sure they're talking about Lieutenant Dan there.
No, they're talking about Martin Crisp.
Oh, Martin Crisp. Okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, he's putting out some good lap times, and last week he told us when we were talking to him that he likes the longer challenges. So
This is true. He did state that, but I mean, we don't see him out on the track, so he can't really back that up.
Not yet. We got about a minute before the GT3s take place, and that's why I think Squillum here was just letting everybody get their lap time in as he goes through here and is going to put up an impressive time, it looks like. And his time comes in to be... I'm not sure. Maybe it went off track. Didn't count. He does have an off track, so...
Yeah.
It may have not scored or registered his time. So... With him past the start-finish line, I'm sure he just has to do one more lap here. Or this may be it for him as we will start seeing the GT3s rolling out here soon.
Yeah,
and
as we can... Yeah, they're starting to roll out.
They are ready. GT3s are rolling out now. And these guys are going to get on track as soon as they can so they can put in some good laps. They got the final 10 minutes here. Let's see what they can do. Got a lot of up-front motorsports here tagging along with one another.
Yep.
There's Captain CK.
It's Kip and CK.
Whatever. Same thing. What is it really? What is it really? Captain or Kippin?
It's Captain.
Okay.
But I told him it would be Kip and CK, and that's what I'm sticking with. So
that's what you're sticking with? That's your story and you're sticking to it?
Absolutely. Never go back on my story. So one car we have not seen last week that I absolutely love is going to be the number 12 of Addy. It is just a stunning looking car.
Number 12 of Addy?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is, right there.
And of course, there's an OnlyFans sticker on the back.
Is there really?
Yes, there is.
Oh, I see it. It's tiny, but it's there.
That's all that matters. And demonetized times 2.
Yeah.
But I had to bring a spotlight to them because, I mean, you know, they're Canadian, so...
You know, everything doesn't have to be about countries.
It does. It does. Listen, in a sea of red, white, and blue, the red and white stands proud.
Yeah, you just forgot your blue.
No. We don't need blue.
Oh, is that right?
Yep. We bleed red.
My lord.
Yeah, so I actually saw that as well. A big shout out to Sean Dickinson because he reached first in season 3 for IMSA in iRacing.
No way, really?
Yeah.
I did not see that. Good job to him.
Yeah, that takes a lot, I am sure. Let me just go back through here and see if I can find
now tell me this. Is he going to get a pro license for that?
I'm not sure.
Oh, you know who has went off
we'll
track?
have to ask him.
You know who went off track? Bar South went off track.
Yeah, so Sean Dickinson, sorry, for season 3 holds 1,210 points. Second place was 1,139 points.
Wow.
So he absolutely washed the field with them.
Yeah, I'd say so. I would say so for sure. And as times start to roll in, Martin Crisp is going to be your pole sitter for the GT3 with a 143.986. Now, Rob, I just had a question pop up for me.
Yeah.
How do they start? Do they all start together, or does one group start and then the other one starts?
I do believe they all start together, and I'm pretty sure that the LMP2s start in the front. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Yeah, the guys that are watching, we do apologize for not knowing this style of racing, but we are learning as we go here. We are going, or we are learning as we go.
What I find really, really interesting is there's absolutely no Porsches out here tonight.
I don't see, yeah, I was fixing to say the same thing. The only thing I see is one McLaren, too.
One McLaren and one Ferrari.
Yeah. Everything else is either Mercedes, BMW. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's it. So
As
they do
the one
start
McLaren.
separately.
Okay, they do start separately. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll try to catch each start as it happens. And we did listen to the pointers that everybody gave us on the first week last week, so we will be going back and watching those restarts once everything gets settled in, as well as trying to get to the field a little more, trying to find those battles. Our timing screen is not the best at calculating those battles, so we'll try to find the intervals that are really, really close together and focus on them if we will. When in the last 10 minutes of the races, unless the leader just has a commanding lead, we will be focusing on the leaders for the end of the race. So I'm just making everybody aware of that.
We're coming up on just about 3.5 minutes left of qualifying here. And Martin Crisp is still holding that lead. About 0.6.
Yeah, nobody else is really. Take that
Dickinson.
back. Sean Dickinson.
Dickinson just pulled out a 142.9
and went straight to the pits.
Yep.
his fast the tires may be the fastest on his 1+ outlap. So.
Mm-hmm. So and then just for you folks at home, some information we were passed to. So with the LMP2s, Ton Lowe and Lieutenant Dan are the two reigning champions from last season. So Dan won the LMP2 and Ton Lowe won the GT and they're both in the LMP2s tonight.
Yep.
And for the final 6 races, it looks like Fuzzy Tacos, Urko, Simply Steve, and AJ will all be fighting for P3 to P6.
Is there a chance for them to take over P1?
I don't believe so.
Too much of a gap there, I guess.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we have Hungaroring holds about 70,000 people, and this is a pretty big track. That's pretty impressive at this track for sure.
Yeah.
Check it
I mean, we were somewhere else last week that held 70,000. That wasn't, or was that last night at Talladega?
Maybe Talladega?
I remember you mentioning it.
If you didn't catch Talladega race, guys, I'd go back and watch it on our YouTube channel. It's in our About section. The end of that race is pretty wild.
It is. That was an absolutely wild finish last night. And I mean, I'm still a little jet lagged from, coming from Alabama to, out here in Hungary. Yeah, we're in Hungary, right?
Yes? Question mark? I'm not good with my European nations.
I'll just say Budapest. There we go. So I'm a little jet lagged. We're a few hours ahead of where we're normally at.
And we will have the white flag in the air here as we approach a minute left in qualifying. And our current leader right now is Dan and Sean. So Dan will be the pole sitter for the LMP2, and Sean Dickinson possibly will be the leader for the GT3.
Yep.
Possibly.
We still got Martin Crisp out there trying to throw down a faster lap.
Yep. And we will be doing 3 commercial breaks tonight. We'll do 30-minute stints, and we'll hold a commercial break just to give us a little bit of a breather on our voice, since we do have such a long race tonight. And as we approach the final, I guess, few seconds of this session, we're going to take you to a short commercial break. We'll see you here in about 30 seconds.
It's a little rough.
Alrighty. Sean Dickinson is going to be the leader for pole as we finish up our qualifying session here. And everybody is coming into the pits now, and we will get gridded here. LMP2s will start since they are a little bit faster. GT3s will start right behind them. If you haven't already done so, make sure you share the link to our broadcast tonight and get as many people as you can in tonight to watch. We will have a question, just an opinion-based question, not necessarily something you have to look up. But I do have a question for you guys on when we get halfway through the race. I'll ask it, and you can just post in the comments what your answer is going to be. So. As we get everybody lined up here, or get finished up a qualifying, I mean.
Yeah, we still got one guy out there.
Forgot to put my phone on silent. There it is. You said the open qualifying lasts how long?
Last 20 minutes, so we're getting ready to jump in to the race.
All right.
We got about 5 seconds before we swap over.
Yeah. Rob, who do you have for the LMP2?
LMP2, I'm gonna go with Ton Low.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's quick, so I mean, we'll see.
I like it.
What about you?
I think I'm gonna go for the LMP2. I'm gonna go with the Intergalactic Gentleman there.
Alrighty.
The reason for that is he's just got a good looking car.
Yeah, he really does. And then you said for GT3 you're gonna go with Martin Crisp.
Yes. So GT3 is Martin Crisp just because of his iRating, man. He's got an awesome iRating.
All right. You know what? I am going to pick. Let's see here. I'm gonna pick Pender Person to win tonight in the GT3.
Okay. Well, in the LMP2s, we have Lieutenant Dan in that starting position, Tonlo starting in that second position, Squillum starting in that third position, fourth is Simply Steve, 5 is Erco, 6 is an Intergalactic Gentleman, I'll get that right in a minute. That's a tongue twister. In that seventh position is AJ, and 8th is going to be the number 24 car, and the number 9 position is Fuzzy Taco. Rob, take over.
Let's eat my dust.
Oh, is that what that eat my dust?
Yeah.
Go over the GT3.
So, for GT3, we're going to have Sean Dickinson in the number 64 car. In second, we're going to have Martin Crisp, followed by You Know a Who, Penderperson in fourth, Kip and CK in fifth, Joshua Spears sixth, Franco in seventh, Bar South in eighth, Biker Pilot ninth, Long Island Nerd in 10th, Dean in 11th, Nicolator 12th. We're going to have Book in 13th, Garlic Dog in 14th, Beaver in 15th, and McMurk in 16th, and Addy in 17th.
That's a good-looking field out there tonight. Two different cars out there tonight. LMP2s. Actually, a lot more different cars. But we have two different classes tonight. LMP2 and the GT3s. We are getting ready to go green here. Pace car is going to bring them around to the green. We have a short little parade lap here. And these guys are not starting from the grid, it looks like.
No. No, it's not a standing start. It sounded like an angry swarm of bees.
Yeah, it does. Trying to get the group here. There we go. Eat My Dust and Addy are out. LMP2s have taken off. And there are the GT3s taking off as well. Two separate green flags here. One's for the LMP2, one for the GT3. The GT3 cars get around turn number one just fine, with Sean Dickinson leading right now in these beautiful, beautiful GT3 cars.
Yeah, I mean, we know he's fast from last week, and you know, he's just showing it now. I mean, he's already, you know, almost a second over Martin Crisp. Oh, and we got Nicolator's crashed.
Might take a look at that car, see what happened here.
Yeah. You just got it upset over the sausage curbs there and sent it hard into the wall.
Yeah, very hard in the wall. That'll definitely mess up his front end there and mess up that toe on the car, but we shall see if he can get that thing back out there. We have a long race ahead of us, and anything can happen. Let's take a look on the LMP2s. LMP2's Lieutenant Dan is still in the lead there, and everybody has kind of just fell in line and settled in. Fuel tonight for these, I'm not real sure. We'll figure out when these guys start heading into pit road here to see where everybody's sitting at. And as you see on your screen right there, the red is the indicator for the LMP2s, and blue is the indicator for GT3. Dan is in your lead, is your leader for LMP2, and Sean Dickinson is the leader for the GT3s. A lot of action on track tonight. We're going to try to keep up with all of it. If we miss something, I do apologize.
Yeah. We do got a little bit of a battle here between Beaver, Dean, and Long Island Nerd for the 10th position in the GT3s. It's like Beaver's kind of backed off just a little bit, but he's still there. He's just like, hey, I'm in the McLaren. You better watch out.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, Rob, the thing that I'm seeing here is that everybody is not really making a pass yet, and that's good because we're only almost 3 minutes into an hour and a half long race. So you don't need to get your car upset over nothing, you know?
No. You know, you just want to, well, I mean, it's an endurance race. It's just like, you know, you go for a cross-country run or whatnot. You don't want to just burn all your speed out at the start. You know, you just go for a jog, essentially, for the first little bit, and then you start picking up the pace.
Yep, there's Martin Crisp right there. Any fans of his out there in the chat, let us know. Excited to show him off tonight. I know he's going to do everybody proud. Crisp is battling right there with Dickinson.
And just looking through this field, it looks like everybody's just on a Sunday drive.
Yeah, but them LMP2s are more like a Monday morning through Atlanta.
Yeah.
Fast pace, in a line, and getting brake check everywhere down the down I-20.
We had Beaver drift his McLaren around a corner there and drop heavily through that field.
Beaver is in the McLaren right there. The engine sets in the rear of these cars, so they do get a little more weight on that rear end and can get it upset pretty easily.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't take much to upset these cars, and when you do, it's basically Jesus take a wheel.
And you guys are right. Up front, Motorsports do have 4 cars in that lead lap there.
Yeah,
in the top 6 on the lead lap. We don't have anybody that's a lap down currently.
No.
Tonlo's sitting in 3rd right now. There was a pass on him. Go back and find that. Would you believe it? I didn't even catch it.
Oh, wow.
These guys have got a long night ahead of them for sure. And they got everything they need right around them to keep them comfortable for the next hour and 25 minutes. Riding along here with Tonlo. Tonlo's doing a good job keeping this thing straight and keeping it off the wall. He's actually approaching Squillum there, getting a little bit of a charge on him. And they've not encountered any traffic yet. Almost, but not yet.
I think they have. I mean, who was it? I just watched somebody going through traffic.
Sean Dickinson's getting some pressure put on by Martin Crisp there. Martin Crisp is in that number 157 car. That beautiful Mercedes. I love the way they did the Mercedes on the update they did a few months ago.
Yeah, for sure. And actually looking through, so Eat My Dust is right now. It looked like he jumped to the pits a little earlier. Now he's battling with the GT3 cars here, you know, trying to maneuver his way around them. But it looks like he's currently a lap down.
I wonder what happened there.
We're getting where Fuzzy Tacos and AJ have crashed.
And they're both in the LMP2s, aren't they?
Yep.
I bet you say they're side by side here going into the next corner. And it looks like, bad accident. And the 45 got into the rear of him as well.
Heavy damage to the front of that number 17 machine. Looks like his toe is all out of line.
It was like the 87 just grabbed him there, and 45 didn't have anywhere to go. The number 45 car of AJ, and grabs the front end there. No damage, but definitely put him off the pace there of the leader. And these LMP2 cars, they're trying their best to battle around these GT3s, but as you're seeing right now, the battle between Eat My Dust and number 24 car, it's rough getting around these corners when you have these other cars on track that are not necessarily for position.
Yeah. And we got Lieutenant Dan finally picking up the rear of the field of the GT3s.
He'll be on Nicolator here soon. In about 5 seconds is the interval right now, so we'll keep a check on that to see how he maneuvers in the field. But looking back here, Tonlo and Squillum are definitely on his rear end here. So whenever Lieutenant Dan gets up there to the GT3 cars, will them two be able to catch up and take the position?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, the way these guys drive, when they see the LMP2s coming, they get out of the way. But I mean, it's kind of hard when you're, trying to, battle with the guy behind you, worry about the corner, and then you got an LMP2 breathing down your neck. So
well, you also have to worry about I mean, you're racing your own race, right? So why are you having to worry about these other cars on track? Well, I'll tell you why. Because it makes for good entertainment for the viewers. Ain't that right, viewers? I know it does for us up here in the booth.
Yeah, it's not gonna lie, it's a little difficult just looking through this field here as we got on here. I was looking somewhere else here.
Lieutenant Dan is starting to make his way through the field now, and it doesn't look like he's getting slowed up any, but it does look like Squillum is making some moves as Lieutenant Dan jumps the sausage curbs right there and gets around 2 or 3 cars, but Squillum is right on his rear here. Looking over here at Dickinson and Martin. They're out here just having their own little race.
It looks like the GT3 guys have kind of, spaced themselves out, and they're just trying to get through this field.
Yeah, but that's not the same case for Dan and Squillum here in the LMP2s. These two have been battling all night long. And we're just, we're still early into this, Rob, I mean, these two are battling it out right now, and really the only position that you want to be in is first, so they're doing their best to get there.
And we actually had Nicolator spin out again and take that BMW into the wall.
Yeah, he's got heavy front end damage.
Yeah.
He's probably battling that thing. He does have a lot of damage to that front end there. Joshua Spears here in the Upfront Motorsports. No relation there to me. Just taking a look at all these cars on track, Rob. I mean, we are just kind of settling in. And like you were saying, these GT3 cars are out for a Sunday drive just trying to make it to the end, where we have battles upon battles happening right now with these LMP2 cars, as the number 6 car Squillum almost got in a position to make a pass there in the turn number 1.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see, the different types of racing here because, as you said, the GT3s are spaced out. So, normally we see them battling pretty hard. But tonight it's the LMP2s that are really charging.
They're really charging hard. Martin Crisp is still in that second position for any of the Martin Crisp fans out there. There definitely is some close racing up front for sure in the LMP2. And it looks like Dickinson and Martin Crisp, the big gap is about 2 seconds total.
We had Bar South gonna get a little around in that number 75 Mercedes.
Yeah, he's got some damage as well. Them racing slicks definitely do not like this that corner there. We've seen multiple people tonight wreck on that corner. And you ever wonder why they put slicks on these cars and not just regular tires?
Well, because they get more speed out of them.
Yeah. All right.
And you can grip better.
All right, you may be right there, but watch Fuzzy Taco here as he makes a good little pass on the 75 car of Bar South. Bar South is in that incident earlier. It's just crazy to see the speed difference here.
We just had Simply Steve lock them up.
Simply Steve is not Simply Speed right now as he has on the side of his car. Locks it up going into the corner. It keeps it off of the wall, but definitely gets passed up by the 87 car there of an intergalactic gentleman. And I want to mention here, you know, you've seen these guys flashing their lights. The reason for that, Rob, is, and I know you know this because we did see GT3 before, but for the viewers that do not know, the flashing of the lights means, hey, I'm fixing to make a pass. I need you to get out of my way. That's courtesy in road racing, and I learned that this year.
Well, there you go.
Somebody flash their lights at me, I'm going to put my brakes on.
Yeah, and it actually looks like we had Simply Steve and Biker Pilot get together. As Simply Steve tried to get around him.
Looks like that corner and just wasn't right there for Biker Pilot as he rear ends Simply Steve there. And Simply Steve in the number 23 car just cannot catch a break tonight. And Simply Steve has went in for a quick repair and has come back out. Now he is sitting with a new vehicle.
Yeah, they rolled the one off the truck and jumped in, and out he goes again.
Looking here at the best time up top. The best time on track right now, obviously, is going to be for the LMP2 cars. But they are sitting at a 1:34.891. That's almost the record here for the LMP2 cars.
Looks like we had a little incident between Biker Pilot and Dean.
Yeah, just looks like a bump in the corner there. There's definitely going to be some bad blood there later on.
There's a little bump and run.
Yeah, slight bump and run, but it did cause them to get upset, so there may be a drive-through penalty assessed on that. We will confirm if that's going to happen.
And then just for some information as well, looking through here, so at 16 incident points, the drivers will have a drive-through penalty, and then every 8 incident points after that, they'll have another.
Yeah, we do see some people out there like it looks like Dickinson's already got 25 off tracks. According to me, it shows 25 off tracks for him. So I wonder if that's counting as incident points.
I'm not sure because sometimes you can go off, but you don't get incidents. Like you get a 0x for it. So
Yeah, for sure, Racer Mom. This race does not stop for yellows. We after last night, which I mean, I'm not going to say anything bad about the group because the group races well, but the track is just filled with yellow flags as we've seen last night. But you know what? This race does have its ups and its downs. It is an hour and a half long, so it is going to test the strength and the endurance of these guys. That's why they call it the Endurance Challenge. So we'll see who is still doing as well as they are now when we reach the hour 20-minute mark. Fuzzy Tacos, poles are for dancing, I seen on the side of his car. Is sitting pretty good in 7th right now. He's gained 2 positions overall, but the toughest break belongs to Simply Steve, as he's been in a few incidents thus far. It's like Sean Dickinson, our IMSA GT3 season, what was it? Season 3 is what it was?
yeah.
His skill is showing out here for sure. I'd like to see his
Apparently
setup.
has yeah, actually I would too. Currently holding a 3.6 second lead over Martin Crisp.
Yep, and Captain CK has one off track, but it doesn't look like he actually wrecked. It just showed him going off track, so. Looking for some passes here. Looks like Fuzzy Taco made a pass on Simply Steve here, but it was in the pits. Penderson in the number 3 car sits in 3rd right now, and Rob, just run us down the LMP2s, and I'll take care of the GT3s and see where everybody is.
All right, so right now with our LMP2s, we got Lieutenant Dan in that 1st position, Squillum in 2nd, Tonlo 3rd, Urko in 4th, Intergalactic Gentleman in 5th, AJ in 6th, 7th we got Fuzzy Tacos, 8th we got Simply Steve, and I believe that's it.
Yep.
And then Eat My Dust is currently in 9th, a few laps down.
Yep. And the in the 1st position for the GT3 belongs to Sean Dickinson. Looks like Martin Crisp is going to be in that 2nd position. Pender Person is going to be in that 3rd position. 4th is going to be You Know a Who. Captain CK is going to be in that 5th position. In the 6th position, trying to find it here.
Joshua Spears.
Is it Spears?
Yep.
I'm not showing him on my timing here. There it is. Joshua Spears is in that 6th position. Franco is in that 7th position. 8 belongs to Simply Steve. 9 is going to be Biker Pilot.
8th belongs to Dean.
Did I skip him?
Yep. You said it was Simply Steve.
Well, that's what it's pulling up on my side.
That's the LMP2s.
Well, you tell live time in that.
Well, I'm looking at live timing. So we got Dean in 8th, Biker Pilot in 9th, McMurk in 10th, Book in 11th, Garlic Dog in 12th, Bar South in 13th, Nicolator 14th, Long Island Nerd in 15th, and Beaver in 16th.
All right.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Right now, it looks like Tonlo has closed that gap on Squillum. He's only about half a second back now. As he got a little loose out of turn 1.
Yeah, well, Captain CK. Oh, that was a while ago. He's now off track now. Yeah, and they're in the draft right now, so it looks like Tonlo is in that draft of Squillum, and that's actually helping him on these straights gain just that little bit of momentum there, because they are up to a certain speed. They can actually get a little bit of a draft here at this track. So Lieutenant Dan's got a commanding lead right now of about 3 seconds over Squillum right now, as you can see on screen. And racing etiquette plays a big part with this multi-class racing, because as you've seen there, Lieutenant Dan was in the position with Biker Pilot and the BMW to overtake him, but the problem was that Biker Pilot needed the sound track. Well, they basically created the separation. They split the sea, so to say, and they give each other room to make those corners, and that's big with multi-class racing.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, we saw it last week with some of the racership, you would call it, as
Sportsmanship.
Or sportsmanship. There we go.
That's the word you're looking for.
Same thing. But we saw a car actually stop exiting pit lane as the leaders were coming around to him. So, I mean, that says quite a bit right there.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll see more of that today, especially when we start looking into the pit strategies that these guys are running with. But with iRacing, unfortunately, we can't look and see what fuel is like with these cars. iRacing does not allow that for broadcasting, so we can't go in there and say, okay, he has 10 laps of fuel left. So we'll see whenever these pit stops start happening, and I'm going to say they're probably going to happen. I'm going to say probably about the 45-minute mark.
Yeah, probably about that.
Heat My Dust is currently sitting ninth right now. He's fell back one position here in the LMP2s. Looking through here, the only battles I'm really seeing is between these two right now. This is a position battle for that second place position between Tonlo and Squillum in the LMP2s.
Yeah, everybody else seems to have kind of spaced out quite a bit.
Yep.
Everybody else is pretty spaced out in the GT3, it looks like.
Yep. If you don't mind, Rob, just keep looking through the GT3 and tell me if you find any battles. I'm going to stick on with Tonlo right now and watch this battle with Squillum.
Sounds good to me.
And you can see the run that Tonlo gets as they enter these corners here. It does look like Tonlo has the corner, is cornering better, but Squillum does have that momentum coming out of the corners to keep the speed up, where it looks like Tonlo may not have that.
Well, looks like we had Nicolator spin out for a third time tonight.
And Intergalactic Gentleman has crashed as well. Looks like they're coming down turn one. Turn one has gotten a lot of people today, too. Nothing too terrible there. Just got a little sideways. Let's take a look at Nicolator. Nicolator's damaging or battling a damaged car tonight. Good move there by Long Island Nerd to get by him. And as we have reached the 30-minute mark of this race, means we're about a third of the way through it. We're going to take you side by side. We will see you in about a minute and a half, guys. All right, Rob, you get your water. You ready to do another 30 minutes worth?
Oh, absolutely, I am.
Awesome. Well, we've been watching the battle between Tonlo here and Squillum, and they are on one another's bumper. Have been for most of the race, but it's getting a little more of a more dicey situation here between these two.
Yeah, it really is. And I'm just looking through here some more. It doesn't really look like anybody in the GT3 is really close to one another.
Yeah,
they're all about 4 or 5 seconds apart.
Yeah. Like I said, the position battle right now is between these two in the LMP2 series. But Squillum and Tonlo, and these guys are battling this traffic. But you can see, I mean, they're hairs away from making the pass here. Tonlo is. He's just waiting for the right moment here to make that pass.
And we have Dickinson in the pit lane for the GT3s.
And, Lieutenant Dan is going to sit here in this front position and just watch the battle behind him, because he knows if them two are battling, there's not a lot of worry in his mind right now, because them two at the back, I mean, they could spin each other. They could sit there and do a lot with one another as they almost get side by side here going around traffic. Martin Crisp is now in that first position because Sean Dickinson went into pits. These guys will have to take tires one time tonight. I do remember hearing that in the in the pre-race meeting we had. So
Yeah.
you seeing anything else on track, Rob, that I can go to?
Not really. I mean, everybody's kind of spaced out. They're just, doing their thing. We got actually Bar South and Book are currently battling with Bar South overtaking Book.
The battle down the front stretch here, though. These fans got something to watch right here, as Bar South in the purple 75 car, 75 Mercedes, does make that pass and takes turn one with no problems in that 11th position there.
Right now we have Dean trying to make a move on Joshua Spears here.
Sorry about that. I had to grab me something to drink here. You know, these guys have been kind of just sitting there driving Miss Daisy through most part of this race in the beginning, but now we're starting to see some moves being made because they're getting ready to set up their pit strategies and getting ready for that. So that's going to be playing a big part coming up here in the next few laps here.
Yeah, well, we've already seen Dickinson come in, and right now, I mean, he's 21 seconds back from Martin Crisp, but if you look, his pit lane time was 40 seconds. So, these guys in front of him have to come in, and he's going to gain all that time back.
Yeah, as you can see that the guys that have pitted have the smaller numbers right there, the 38.4, the 43.7. Those are pit times, and then they go along with a relative person there. Looks like Squillum is coming out of the pits now, and Diane and Tonlo have not pitted yet. So Squillum's pit strategy is going to be pretty interesting to see what happens.
Oh, and actually, I'm getting word that Squillum may have been black flagged.
I don't see Squillum on track right now.
I'm thinking there may be a connection error. Yeah, he did drop due to packet loss, so that's really, really unfortunate for him.
Yeah, it is for sure. As Intergalactic Gentleman makes the pass on the number 7 car in that BMW, not for position, but a beautiful pass there. We caught that live. But yeah, I mean, it sucks because Quillum was doing really, really good battling Tonlo there. And now Tonlo's just got the battle to get up there to Lieutenant Dan, who has pulled away, really.
Yeah, well, I mean, with Squillum and Tonlo battling, I mean, Lieutenant Dan, all he had to do was, just drive. And was able to pull out, a 4.5, almost 5-second lead over him, so.
Yeah, as you can see, there's nobody behind him and nothing but green in front of him as Tonlo is catching Lieutenant Dan as slowly but surely, but there's about a 4-second gap there that Tonlo's got to make up. So
Yeah, so now he's going to be pushing that car hard to get up there, but you know, can he push it hard enough to get up there without making a mistake? That's the question.
yeah, that's the big question of the hour. He's got a lot of ground to make up, and granted, 4 seconds isn't a real lot. I mean, as you see, he's gaining right now, slowly but surely, but Lieutenant Dan has been driving almost perfect tonight. Long Island Nerd has been battling with Garlic Dog here.
Then we got Urko in that number 33 LMP2 trying to get around them. Oh! As there was contact with Garlic Dog and Long Island Nerd, and Garlic Dog was sent into the wall hard.
Oh, we see it right there. Taking it three wide around the corner there. Just isn't very smart. He just opts to take it into the pits there. Garlic Dog does. Looks like Tonlo may be not pushing the car as hard since he is on a little bit older tires now. He's not pushing the car as hard, but he definitely does see Lieutenant Dan in his sights now. Looking at the interval here.
Yeah, with only a 4-second gap now, you know, dropping to about 3.5, depending on the corner. You know, he sees him now, so he's gonna try and push, but he can't push it too hard. So
yeah, just look at the gap between second and third right here. Erko and Tonlo, there's about a 26-second gap between the two of them. So really, the position battle, or the battle for that first place position, is only up to Tonlo. Nobody else is going to be in his sights until pit stops happen.
yeah.
Somebody we've not talked about today so far has been McMurk. McMurk's currently sitting in ninth, best lap time of 1:46, and he's only fell about a second off the pace. So, you know, on older tires, that's not doing too bad.
No, not at all. As Long Island Nerd comes down pit lane here.
Got a few cars making their way into pit lane now.
Martin Chris, Penderperson, you know who, Captain CK, and Franco, which mean Dickinson is going to be your leader yet again.
Making those passes right now to get back on that lead lap. As you see his name start sliding up the timing tower there. So his early pit stop strategy is probably going to work for this round of pit stops, but what's his strategy going to be going forward?
Well, only time will tell.
Only time will tell, and Nicolator's still driving with that damaged front end there. Thing is crinkled up from hell and back. Just a few more people are on pit road right now, pitting. 2 of the LMP2 cars and Dean.
And currently we have a battle for the second position between Martin Crisp and you-know-a-who. Looks like you-know-a-who beat him out on pit road, so now Martin Crisp is going to start pushing to get by him.
Play a little bit of catch up while them tires are still good.
Yeah, and see if he can slowly start reeling in Sean Dickinson. LMP2s are starting to come down pit road.
You see him battling here going into turn 1. He's fighting for everything he can to get that position back. And Simply Steve is going to get right in the middle of it here. It's like getting in the middle of a hornet's nest right here between. I don't know if I'd do that, Simply Steve. Get out of there before something that bad happens. As Simply Steve makes a pass on the inside there of you-know-a-who there. Oh, and Tonlo makes it out first before Lieutenant Dan does.
Yeah, so that's going to shake some things up there.
That's what Tonlo was waiting on. Pit strategy all relied on whenever Lieutenant Dan pitted, I believe. They pitted at the same time, and now Lieutenant Dan's going to have to play catch-up. Actually, Fuzzy Tacos made it out above Lieutenant Dan as well. So that's gonna definitely shake things up. Basically, the top 3 got inverted for the LMP2s.
Yep. We got you-know-a-who right now trying to get around the 560 Ferrari a book as he's got Martin Crisp breathing down his neck.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to fare coming up because Martin Crisp definitely wants to take that position back from you-know-a-who. Looking on track here, Joshua Spears has moved up to 5th now. He was sitting back in the 11th position when we checked on him last. So those pit stops have definitely helped him out.
And we got 4 up front motorsports cars in the top 5. It's going to be Sean Dickinson, you-know-a-who, Penderperson, and Joshua Spears.
So Ethan Chris.
Martin Crisp.
Martin Crisp. I don't know why I said Ethan. Martin Crisp is definitely feeling the, I guess the heat of upfront motorsports.
Just a little bit.
Just a wee bit, right? Penderperson's been up 3 positions so far. Actually, set with a pretty decent lap time. Having an issue with my timing tower. It's only showing the gap for the first for the LMP2. So stand by, guys, if you will. Let me see about getting this fixed here. Any other position battles, Rob, that we can see?
Right now, it just looks like between Martin Crisp and you know who. Just going through the field here. Oh, we do have one between Biker Pilot and Mick Merck for that 10th position.
Yeah, two Mercedes, or no, I'm sorry, two BMWs battling out hard there.
Oh, as you know who takes it hard into the wall.
And that was a position battle with Martin Crisp, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So Martin Crisp will get that position.
A hard hit on that car.
Yeah, really hard hit.
And right now we got Fuzzy Tacos only about half a second back from Ton Low in traffic. As Fuzzy Tacos brings it down pit road, he may have gotten a drive-through penalty there.
Yeah, we've got some people that's been off track multiple times tonight in the 40s and 50s marks already. And I apologize for the reference bar on the left-hand side that's not showing the information that is needed. I'm not real sure what the issue is, but we will try to resolve it. If we can't, then we promise to get it working in the next time we do the endurance race like this. Because it just isn't wanting to work. It was working earlier, and it just stopped. Let me do this. We're just going to take everything away, and we're going to reload some stuff. Rob, anybody else we need to take a look at?
Not really. It's well, we do have Lieutenant Dan starting to reel in Ton Low. He's only about a second and a half back. But they are approaching Martin Crisp.
Where's this battle at?
Right now we're on the front stretch, entering turn one. We got Lieutenant Dan closing that gap now. Currently only half a second back as they went around Martin Crisp there.
Yeah, Martin Crisp is trying to catch up there with
and Sean Dickinson is in the pits.
this will be his second time in the pits early, right?
Yes.
You see there, this may be his tire stop. So look for this to be a more of a longer pit stop here.
I don't know if he actually took tires. Pit stop time was only about 54 seconds. So he may have just grabbed fuel.
Oh, get some close racing there with Don Lowe and Lieutenant Dan along with the GT3 cars. That was almost contact there with McMurk. Behind him, we have a position battle between McMurk and Barcel for that 9th position. Simply Steve's making that pass on the inside there. I've noticed that the LMP2 cars, as you see them all side by side racing their own race here, it seems like these LMP2 cars can turn a lot tighter than these GT3 cars.
Yeah, it really does, and it might have to do with a little bit longer wheelbase. So they're actually able to throw these cars, into the tighter corners because they have much more downforce than what the GT3s do. As we almost have side by side between Lieutenant Dan and Ton Lowe for that first position.
This is for the first position for the LMP2s. Oh, okay, I figured that out. So now we can get back to the action. Not the right action, but some of the action. And this battle right here between the LMP2s and Tunlo and Dan, they've been battling for the most part. I'm going to say this second part of the race after these qualify or after the second set of pit stops or the first set of pit stops. But these guys should be pitting around about a minute 20, minute 15 mark. I don't think they have enough to make it to the end.
I mean, it's hard to say. So we don't know how much fuel these things actually hold. And I'm pretty sure they came in around the 45-minute mark, if I'm not mistaken, So it should be maybe just enough.
You think so?
I think so.
Well, that being said, guys, we're going to take you side by side once more so me and Rob can take a breather. And we'll be right back after this short minute and a half break. So we'll see you here in about a minute and a half. Well, Rob, I don't know. Tonlo's doing pretty good up front. What do you think?
I think it's an absolute crazy battle up front right now.
I mean, they both want the position as you see him step outside here. Oh, almost contact there. Lieutenant Dan did give him a little bit of a nudge. He did get a little loose, but it wasn't enough to upset him as we see side-by-side action going into turn number 4 here. And Tonlo is going to be making, Lieutenant Dan is going to be making the pass on Tonlo.
Tonlo takes it back.
Well, they are in the last 30 minutes of this race as Tonlo gets into the Lieutenant Dan. They got a little bit of time here, but Tonlo's going to take that position. They're going to reset. Let's go back and watch that from the air view. We were actually inside the cars when that happened. Here's the side-by-side action coming in turn 4. And right down here when they start braking for this corner, it looks like Tonlo just this next corner here, Tonlo went out wide and Lieutenant Dan stayed inside and just went for the corner and didn't. He stuck his nose when he shouldn't have. But Lieutenant Dan did give Tonlo the position, so that will be that. And Tonlo's on pit road. Lieutenant Dan will take that position. And Simply Steve is right behind him in that 7th position.
Oh, and we just had Martin Crisp go off track.
Oh, no, not Martin.
Spun it around.
The car just got upset there. He does a good job keeping it off the wall, so he's going to get it back straight and take back off again.
But now Penderperson and Dickinson are only about 3 seconds behind. So, you know, that little bit of a lead he had is now shrunk. As we just had AJ spin out there.
These guys are on old tires, and you can tell it now. And all the replays that you've seen tonight has been sponsored by W Energy. Make sure that you go grab your W Energy today at the link in the chat. Jacob, if you will. When you go to checkout, make sure that you use the code URNW for 10% off your order for life.
Tonlo is back in the pits.
I bet he had a penalty, and now he's going to take his. Or I bet he had a penalty, possibly for a drive-through. We'll see here if he actually comes out or if he hits the pit stalls.
And he looks like he is just driving through, so he did have a penalty there.
And that's gonna. He's already back to 5th right now. Tough break for Tonlo.
Right now, Sean Dickinson has closed that gap on Martin Crisp. He's only about just about 2 seconds back. Mind you, Martin Crisp will need to pit again.
Yeah, one more time here, at least, and we can take a look at the fuel stints here. For that's going to be the top guys. We will get your fuel We will get your class pit stints here in just a second. Looks like he pitted on lap. Looking through the live timing, so just hang tight. Martin Crisp pitted on lap 24. So I'd say probably about 25 minutes ago, ish. So we'll see if Martin Crisp, what type of strategy Martin's going to be using here.
As we come to the last 20 minutes of racing.
Now we're going to start seeing some moves being made to the front for the guys that are in a striking position here. Nicolator, Squillum, Beaver, and Addy are out of this race currently.
Nicolator's in the pits.
Oh, it was showing that he was actually out on my side, but he's just leaving the pits. Maybe SDK should change that.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, give me somebody to watch here. There we go. Clicked on a name that wasn't in the race. So Martin Crisp is, that battle between him and Dickinson is getting really, really close.
Yeah, and everybody else is pretty spaced out as we're getting word Nicolator crashed. And he does just send it around on the sausage curbs. It's almost like a replay of the first accident he had.
Yeah, it's actually identical. Except this time he lost his hood.
Yep.
Except this time he did lose his hood. Back to the position battle here between Martin Crisp and Dickinson. They're coming up on some lap traffic here, approaching Bar South in the 75 car. And I see something that says McConey setups on his car. I wonder if he's using a McConey setup right now.
Who knows? I mean, especially with the update this morning to iRacing, they may have been able to build one in time.
Maybe. We shall see if that McConey setup is going to help him, if that is what he's running, because Dickinson is all over his rear right now. We were told this was going to be the battle to beat, or battle to watch right here, and down towards the end, we are seeing it live. A BMW versus Mercedes, approaching another Mercedes that's becoming a lap down here soon. Which one will win? We got less than 20 minutes to find out, guys. You see
Dickinson, yeah, dives to the inside, but doesn't have enough.
Just doesn't quite have enough, but I think he may be checking him, maybe trying to call a bluff on him, you know?
It could be. Well, I mean, he also knows that Mark Crisp will have to come in and pit at some point.
Try to find second place position for the LMP2s, and it looks like that distance, that gap is 47 seconds. So as it sits right now, Lieutenant Dan's got the LMP2 race in the bag as he's coming down the front stretch there. They are getting right up beside one another in these corners. Somebody's eventually either going to make a mistake or make a pass. As they come to the chicane here.
He is all over Mark Crisp.
Yeah, he is. Something's going to happen here in the next minute or so. Somebody's going to have that position. I don't know if it's going to be Martin Crisp or it's going to be Sean Dickinson or if it's going to be Captain CK.
Well, I mean, unless something catastrophic happens, I mean, Captain CK is, 15 seconds back from Dickinson.
Yeah, but I've seen crazier things happen.
This is true.
I've seen crazier things happen as we come down to the turn number 1 here. He does not step out, but he does have Lieutenant Dan all over his rear. Lieutenant Dan will stick his nose in the battle here as Lieutenant Dan just gets right on by. He's like, get out of my way, I got a race to win. He is all over the bumper of that Mercedes.
He's dropped back a little bit, though.
Yeah, but I think he may be setting up a run here on his on the draft, because there is some drafting areas on this track that they can get the speed up and make them moves. One's the front stretch and one's that stretch that you just seen right there. as we approach less than 15 minutes to go here at Hungaroring. And Rob, I may be overlooking it, but where are we going to be at next week? I'm trying to find it in the in the list, but I don't see where we're going to be next week.
Give me a second here, and I'll find that.
Take a look at that. Simply Steve's making a pass on Bar South back there, but we are sticking with these two as we are looking for a position battle, right? Or we are looking at the position battle for first between Martin Crisp and Sean Dickinson. And when we go into our post-race, guys, we'll be pulling the winners only for these races, and having chats with them.
So next week we're going to be at Donington.
Donington. Is that a U.S. track, or is that an England track? That's in England, isn't it?
Yep. Donington Park in Castle Donington, Derby, UK.
I've never been there.
Neither have I.
The Garlic Dog makes his way in. Martin Crisp still has not pitted. So
maybe he knows something about that car that we don't, but everybody else has made a second pit stop. Except for Martin Crisp right now, it looks.
He's definitely got something I don't know, because I don't think I'd pit the last 10 laps of or last 10 minutes of a race. But that's just my forte there.
Especially with second place, not even a second behind you.
Yeah. And second place is all over the rear end of Martin Crisp there. Oh, as we almost get some we do get some side-by-side action as Dickinson just checks up there, but I mean, he's looking for that position right now. All over the rear end. Right up there on that camera, on that rear camera of the car here. Martin Crisp isn't really letting it affect him too much, though. I mean, he's been in this position before. I mean, he's got a great I rating, a great safety rating, as the pass for Dickinson goes side by side with no avail yet as we round out the final corner, or almost the final corner. We're side by side entering the front stretch here.
Martin Crisp goes in the pits.
Oh no. And it looks like Dickinson pitted on 32. We still have 10 minutes left in this race. What's going to happen? Rob, what do you think?
I think he might be all right.
Think Dickinson's going to win this one?
I have a feeling he's going to, yeah.
But he was pushing his car a lot there at the end.
Yeah, but now he can kind of, chill out a little bit. Just a little bit. I mean, he's got an 18-second lead on Captain CK right now. So, it's hard to say, but right now, Captain CK's got Pender person all over his rear end.
And this is going to be for a second place position. As a GT3 car of Tonlo goes on by on that inside. Oh! Captain CK cut the course. Captain CK cut the course right there. He had to, I believe, because of the, right there. Watch it one more time. I think he was forced off track there by the LMP2 car.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Here's the other one where he actually completely cut the course. A good awareness there, but he did take a time penalty there that he had to give up the position to Penderperson.
And I believe he may have a drive-through or he's coming in the pits. We'll see in a few seconds here.
Yeah, we're watching. Rob, let me know on that if you will. Looking for the battles here. There's not really a lot of battles pending.
Yeah, so he just had a drive-through.
Yeah, Dickinson is showing to have went off track 89 times tonight. Now, that doesn't necessarily say that's how many incident points he has, but that's a lot of off tracks. But he's currently holding that first position over Erico. I'm sorry, that first position over Penderperson.
But Penderperson has got Martin Crisp starting to, reel him in. He's only almost 3 seconds back, but he's closing it.
You saying Martin Crisp is still in the top 3 after that pit?
Yes, he is.
Wow.
His pit time was 34 seconds, so. Just come in to get enough fuel, and out he goes.
Yeah, his pit time was actually 7 seconds with a pit lane time of 35 seconds is what I'm showing.
Yeah.
And we have less than 10 minutes to go here. And just looking through the list here, Rob, take us through the LMP2 leaderboard right now, if you will.
All right, so in that first position, we have Lieutenant Dan, followed by Urko, Tonlo in third, Fuzzy Tacos in fourth, Intergalactic Gentleman in fifth, AJ in sixth, and Squillum, we got Simply Steve in seventh, Eat My Dust in eighth, and then Squillum is in ninth with having to retire due to internet issues.
In that first place position for the GT3 is Dickinson, but Fuzzy Tacos is reeling him in there. Not Fuzzy Tacos, I'm sorry. Penderperson is slowly reeling him in, but there's almost an 11-second gap right now that he's trying to achieve. Martin Crisp is reeling in Penderperson. In that fourth position is Captain CK. In that fifth position is Franco. Sixth is going to be Joshua Spears. You know who is in that seventh position. Eighth is going to be Dean, driving the number 20 car right there as he gets passed by the LMP2 number 4 car. In that ninth position is Bar South. 10th is going to be Biker Pilot. 11th is McMurk. That 12th position belongs to Book in the Ferrari. Nerd is coming off of pit road now in his number 2 BMW. And that 14th position belongs to Dog in his BMW. Nicolator is rounding up the rear of the field for the GT3 in that 15th position. Glad I got that all right that time.
There you go.
Celebrate the small things, right?
Yep.
Martin Crisp is slowly reeling in Penderperson there, but I don't know if it's going to be enough because there is a considerable gap there, about 3 seconds over or to Penderperson as we are in the final 5 minutes of this race. don't think Dickinson's worried about anything now. I think he's kind of sitting out there like Lieutenant Dan is in LMP2.
Yeah. He's just out for a Wednesday drive now.
That's it, right? We'll see. We still have a little bit to go, and there could be some mistakes made, but these guys in front definitely don't want to make any mistakes tonight. They're in a good position where they sit.
So can we just throw the intervals back on for the folks at home?
Yes, but they're not accurate. They're not showing up for the GT3 classes. That's why I had them turned off. Something's messed up with live timing, and I'm not really sure what the issue is. I've been trying to work through it for the last hour and a half to no avail there.
And we'll have that fixed for next time.
We have 3 minutes to go right now, and Dickinson is leading the GT3 with Lieutenant Dan leading the LMP2s. There is a battle right now for the... no, not really. I guess that's not a battle neither. I'm looking through here trying to find something. Oh, there's a battle for the second place position between Urko and Tonlo. And they're side by side going into turn 1 here. And Tonlo is going to take that position from Urko in the number 33 LMP car. And these guys just have about a minute left. The white flag should be flying for Lieutenant Dan and for should be
Dickinson?
Yeah, but I don't even see his name now. There it is. So we shall see where these guys end up, as the white flag should be in the air. Should have been in the air probably about a minute ago.
We will keep an eye out as looks like Lieutenant Dan is coming through the last few turns here.
Yes, Prince Adams, I agree with you completely. Technology is frustrating, but I promise I'm going to work with SDK to get this problem resolved for next week. It's unacceptable, and we shouldn't. May just be an operator error. So, like I said, this is our first time doing multi-class racing. But as we round out these final few corners here, Dickinson is going to be seeing the checkered flag as he crosses the start-finish line. Maybe.
And
Lieutenant Dan is seeing the checkered flag. It may be the white flag for the GT3s. And Dickinson, Tonlo, Erco, Fuzzy Tacos, Intergalactic Gentleman, and AJ round out your field for the LMP2. Well, Simply Steve is in 7th and Eat My Dust in 8th. Let's go back over here to the battle right here. Penderperson has finished in 2nd. Crisp has finished in 3rd. Franco finished in 4th. Dickinson's got to go back and cross the finish line one more time.
That was some absolutely amazing racing we've seen tonight.
Yeah, these guys didn't leave anything in their cars and left it all out on the track, rubber, bumpers and all.
As we have Ed Dickinson rounding out the final corner here. I'll take the checker flag.
And AJ and Dean are the only ones left to finish. Actually, I take that back. They're done. That's it. Race is over. That was an hour 30 minutes, and it feels like it just started.
It really does. I mean, you know, we came into this and we're like, all right, we got an hour and a half to go, and it's come and gone.
Yeah, come and gone. 2 ad breaks. I mean, it rolled pretty simple. I wish the technology would have worked a little bit better, but at least we know who won the race.
Yep.
We've had it freeze up and shut the stream down completely, so at least we got through that. So think about the positives there. Let's go talk to the winners.
All right, let's see if we can get a hold of them. All right. So we do have Lieutenant Dan. We'll see if we can get a hold of him. Lieutenant Dan, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Lieutenant Dan just ain't want to talk.
Nope. Doesn't seem like it. All right, so we'll see if we can get him later. But we'll see if we can get Sean Dickinson here.
And as it sits right now, 9 is starting the GT3. So Dickinson, Penderperson, Martin Crisp, Franco, Joshua Spears, Captain CK, you know who, Dean, Bar South, Biker Pilot, and a few others. Them are the GT3 listings. So 9 starts 1, and you can count from there since the results are not wanting to come in like they should.
All right, so we do have Sean Dickinson here. Sean, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Hey, I got you. How's it going?
Well, not too bad. I mean, that was an absolute outstanding show of racing. And, you know, when Martin Crisp was ahead of you, you knew he had to pit one time. So what was going through your mind? Did you want to just get by him, or did you just want him to pit?
Well, it didn't go quite as well for Martin. We were getting used to the new BOPs with the update today, so it just worked out that the Beamer was a little more put together. At that point, I just wanted to put on a show. Me and him just both wanted to battle it out. We wanted to have some fun.
Well, you definitely put on the show. You were the star of the last half of the race for sure as you battled for that first position. Now, I know it wasn't you two. It was Tom and somebody else that was battling in the LMP2s. But there for a little while, you had LMP2s battling for position right beside you guys. So did that kind of scare you a little bit when y'all were going through them tight corners and the chicanes and stuff?
No, I'm pretty well used to it. We know we were paying attention enough to know when to let them go, when not to. And I got lucky, and I had all good timings, and I didn't have any iffy, situations where I had to, give up position in a weird spot that could have put me off the track or something. So I ended up lucking out on that race.
Good job. Well, I know overall tonight the fans are pretty much happy with the performance that you put on tonight, and I know Martin Crisp, as he finished in third, really was wanting that first position, but it sucks that on race day an update for iRacing comes out and kind of ruins your whole strategy that you practice all week long for. So with that being said, what you got to say to your fans and sponsors out there?
Yeah, thanks for watching. Glad to be a part of Sim City, and glad we were able to test this before the official season started. It's a really big deal that me and Martin were both able to test the Beamer versus the Mercedes, because that's got big implications on leagues coming up for us. So good racing, and glad we did this.
Here you go. You can catch the replay on our YouTube channel as it goes up live tomorrow night, probably about 10:45, 11 o'clock. or you can go back and check it on Twitch when you have some time.
Will do. Thank you.
I appreciate it, Sean.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Is
All right,
Lieutenant Dan
so
available?
Looks like we might have Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, not too bad. I mean, that was an amazing show of skill and patience. You fought hard with Ton Low as well as Squillum when unfortunately he had to retire due to internet issues. But what was your strategy going into tonight?
It was really just take it easy. I knew that fuel save would be the best way. It would mean that I could do it on one stop instead of having to do two. I knew in all my practice that the rear tires were going to fall off hard, and it was really hot out there, so I was going to take rear tires only in the pit stop and just try to take it easy and see where that got me.
Well, it got you the number one spot for LMP2s, so I know you're happy with your strategy there. How are you preparing for Donington next week?
It's going to be a tricky one. It's another twisty track. There's not a lot of room to go. It's pretty narrow. Yeah, I'm just going to hit the track hard and see what I can do and put in as many laps as I can.
I like to hear it. Lieutenant Dan, how'd you get the name Lieutenant Dan? I'm curious. And please don't tell me it was from Forrest Gump's movie.
I do love that movie. My first name is Daniel. Some people like to call me Dan, and it just became a catchy nickname, and it stuck.
I like it.
Well, that's fair.
I like it. I was going to make a Lieutenant Dan joke, but I didn't know how you would take it, so we're just going to leave it be.
It's all good. I've heard them all by now.
All right. Well, before we let you go, you have anything to say to your fans and your sponsors out there?
Thanks for watching. Thanks for being there to support me, both of you, Mom and Dad. You're great, and see you next time.
Like to see it. Like to hear it. Yeah. Always thinking Mom and thinking Dad. I like it. Good job, Lieutenant Dan, and we'll see you next week. Well, Rob, that was interesting class racing, multi-class racing, wasn't it?
It was. I mean, for the first one, it was a hell of a show. I mean, I was excited coming into this. I didn't know what to expect, but I'm really, really happy with the results. And I can't wait for Donington next week.
Yeah, these technical difficulties we were having most of the night, we're going to try to get them resolved next week. But overall, I think it was a successful night.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I just want to put out there, thank you for everybody that joined in. I know it's a little bit of a later race. But we do appreciate each and every one of you. We thank our sponsors, JP Alfonso Studios. And we thank, J2I for allowing us to broadcast. Because without all of you, we would not be here. And, we are very, very appreciative of that. And we can't wait to see you guys next week.
Yep. So with that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and take it to the house. Make sure you catch us next week when we do the sprint series at Donington next week. We'll be doing the Porsche cars, and Porsche, not Porsche. So with that being said, we will see you guys next week. And if you're into some NASCAR, we're doing Bristol Dirt next week on Tuesday night. So if you like a little dirt racing, like next gen cars on dirt, come check us out next Tuesday. With that being said, we love you guys, and we will see you next week. Bye, guys. This broadcast is the property of the United Racing Network and Twitch.tv. All reproductions of this broadcast must be approved by the United Racing Network staff. United Racing Network does not claim any responsibility for mishaps that may occur while listening to this production. United Racing Network reserves the right to delete, mute, unpublish, and/or move streaming locations without notice. The opinions of the announcers are not influenced by sponsorship, league administration, or any other outside entities. Thank you.